What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Let Me Be Frank, a podcast about movies. And today, I get to talk about a movie that was so much fun to watch. I'm talking Bad Boys Ride or Die. Now, I was down on this franchise after about the last two films. I was almost ready for them to end it, and it was kind of like all right, we're getting into like that late Saw territory where it's like, all right, let's go ahead and put down Old Yeller before before we jump the shark. And then they brought it right back and gave us a fantastic movie. But before we get too far into this review, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for clicking on this video. While you're here, just go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss anything that I got coming, because I got a lot of stuff coming up in the next few months. With that being said, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's jump on into the review. So the basic plot of this movie: Captain Howard, who the real life actor passed away. He is being framed as a cartel drug smuggler, and his reputation is just being buried into the ground. He's being used to cover up something that is actually going on. And Detective Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett, they find out about this because it's all over the news, and obviously they will not stand for their captain's name being dumped on and treated like absolute trash. And that, without giving anything away, is the best I can describe this movie. It's available now on Netflix. I hope you've already seen it. I just really wanted to talk about it because the unlike the other ones, this mystery felt a lot more personal. This movie was really good. There was a lot going on, and not just what I described, but there's also things going on in the detectives' personal lives that makes this even better. Marcus is dealing with the fact that he almost dies. His health has taken a big turn. His daughter is married. Mike Lowry finally got married. Who would have thought that, right? Nobody would have thought Mike Lowry would get married, but he does. And he's also, I would say, from all of the things that they've gone through that we've seen on screen and things that they've mentioned in other movies that we haven't gotten to see, it's all starting to get to him. And the normal, confident, alpha Mike Lowry that we're used to seeing really isn't there sometimes in this movie. Sometimes, we begin to question if he can actually do this. Can he get them to the finish line? He's normally, Marcus is normally the one that's a little bit more reserved, a little bit more fearful, and Mike, sorry, usually kind of pulls him, and Marcus will get put in a situation where he has to step up, but he doesn't necessarily like it. And it's nice to see the evolution of characters, because what they could have gotten wrong in this movie is that both characters, while somewhat moving forward in their personal lives, still have the same personalities. But seeing the turn and how they both have grown and what a life like this could ultimately do to them, I think was very well done. Uh, Cinematography. That's one of the things that just blew me away about this film, is that the way it was shot, these gunfights, these chase scenes, all these action sequences, the way they are shot is just fantastic. It makes this such a good action movie. It Instead of kind of just sitting back on a screen and watching things happen and checking in on this character and that character like you would get in a standard action film, we get really up close. We fly around the room. We are bouncing all over the place as the audience, and we're seeing these action sequences from multiple different angles, which makes them so much more engaging, so much more fun to be a part of. And I felt at least, a lot closer to the action sequences than ever before. I know that they've always kind of done innovative stuff. One of my favorite scenes from this franchise is the drive through Cuba on their way to, I believe that was Bad Boys 2. I want to say it's Bad Boys 2. I could be wrong. But it's when they're on their way to Guantanamo Bay. I really like that just because of the environment and everything that it's in. This one is better than that one. The scenes are so much fun to watch. You don't always know if everybody's going to make it through. I think they've done a good job of kind of establishing that anybody can get it because somebody in this movie gets it that I didn't expect to get the old write off. It's a long time character. It was actually kind of sad to see, but it was shocking, and it kind of lent this anything can happen feeling, which you don't really get in movies. Most of the time, we know, like, if you watched Avengers Endgame, if you believed that the Avengers weren't gonna win, I have a bridge in New York I'd like to sell you. It's kind of like that kind of vibe. But this one really put everyone in jeopardy, and the outcome was fantastic. I really like this movie. Have you seen Bad Boys Ride or Die? What do you think about it? Where would you place it as far as a ranking in the trilogy, in the franchise? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see y'all next time. Stay up, y'all.